from out of nowhere. Surprise unboxing from our good friends over at Attention Span Labs. If you are into the World War II gaming, if you're into the Weird War II gaming, go over there, check him out, subscribe, do the whole thing. I sent him a package a little while ago and suggested he should pay it forward. Instead, he sent me this delightful little package. I have no idea what's in here. We don't do a whole lot of unboxings here in the House of Wargaming, at least on the channel. Most of the unboxing videos that you see on these YouTubes are not value-added products. Don't open a box and show me the components and tell me the components are great. The components are one of the least important aspects of miniature wargaming. I want to know about the game. If you're going to give me some indication of the quality of the components by the end of the video or in the next video, I want to see you using the components. We are doers here. We are gamers. To game is a verb when we use it in that context. We are not merely consumers. We don't buy packages to put them on the shelf behind the host so you can see that he's bought enough stuff to be a part of the tribe. If you're not doing the stuff, you're not part of the House of Wargaming tribe anyway. Attention Span Labs is run by Mr. DiBaggio. No, not DiBaggio. It's DiBaggio, who also sells, we write books. He writes books, kindred spirits here. He does a lot. The other thing I'll mention is if you're into the anime and you like the Girls und Panzer, it's two things that, I'm not into anime, World War II, just not big on either of those. But if you are, you should go over to Attention Span Labs. And more than that, what he's into is friendship, taking care of each other, doing things for each other. If you got a buddy in the hobby and you're not once in a while painting stuff up for him to kind of stretch your legs and help him out, why you call him a friend? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We take care of each other here, and he's taking care of me with this wonderful box. I went ahead and, personalized it. But that's all that we're done now. Let's take a look. We've been talking for long enough, and this isn't one of those I'm going to wait until, 20 minutes into the video of me complaining about what passes for a culture in the wargaming space. I'm just going to open it up like a kid on Christmas, because that's how I feel. I have no idea what's in the box. It's still, like I showed you, still got the label. Here we go. Something it's bubble wrap. How did he know I was going to need this? Let's take a look. But I don't see any real labels on this. Now he knows, here's the trick, right? It's not enough just to send the stuff. If he had sent me a huge amount of 28mm gear, I wouldn't have a whole lot of use for that, now would I? Because I am primarily a 15mm wargamer. Instead, being a good friend who pays attention and watches what's going on, he made sure to send me a square. I gotta fix the zoom here so you can see exactly what that is. This is a pallet full of bricks, already painted. It's gonna go great. Oh man, look at that. It's perfectly in scale for my Gaslands. Is there more than that in here for the Gaslands? We should try to separate this out. He sent me a CD. Remember these? These are great, weren't they? But it's not just a CD. It's a nice terrain piece, nice crater. He's put a wash in there to give it some liquefaction. It's flat. It's storable. It's perfect. That's gonna go great in all of my stuff. This looks like the texture here is a fine sand with some deeper stuff in there. I may go ahead and put a little grass around the outside just so it jives perfectly with the rest of my stuff. But this is the good stuff, baby. This is what I'm all about. Look at this. He sent me. You guys might be aware of this. I'm a little light on my point defense, and it's already painted up. So you've got it doesn't spin, but that's okay. You've got some kind of an auto cannon, air defense cannon. It's going to make a fine objective in the sci-fi. He knows that I'm a sci-fi guy. Yeah, if he had sent me, you know what's great? I've got a miniature version of this at home. I think I've shown it to you already. I got a little one of these. It's perfectly scaled for Gaslands. This is a HISS tank, and it's, you know what? That's hand painted. This is amazing. This is, you would think this 788 is is a decal. This Cobra logo, I don't even know if it's going to show up very good. That's hand painted. That's quality work, man. That is good stuff. That's going to look fantastic. Oh, and this is probably a Cobra thing too. Yeah, forgive me. It's been a good 15 years since I had a 10-year-old kid in my house. And as if that's not enough, we've got Tanks: The Modern Age. This might be the game that Attention Span Labs is doing the Girls in Panzer. So he let me put this together, the helicopter expansion with a bunch of rocket tubes. So I could be the Rocket Man. And again, it's perfectly keeping with 15mm figures. He sent me a group of 15mm figures, and this one obviously is Battle Cat. So we are going to have to... You know what's amazing about this? He's got... And some of these guys, I don't know. They're 3D printed. Here's a feller with a whip. I'm going to have to go back. Oh, I know. Oh, I got it. This is like... Oh, man, I feel like I'm wrapped up in a blanket on a living room floor watching Saturday morning cartoons, except it's not the Saturday morning, it's the afternoon, because I know who this is. He is one of the Thundercats. He is the Panther. I think his name is Panthar. I can't remember. It's been so many years. And then we've got some Joes. Is that Roadblock, maybe? I should have, if I had a little more time... To say, there's your barbarian. There's your space barbarian. He has the power. He's got the crossed over chest, but he's got a barbarian axe instead of the sword, which is fine. And we've got a fishy-headed mutant. Again, I don't know what that guy's name is. He looks like a Lokatha from D&D. And there's your Hiss driver. So some fun sci-fi action adventure, guys. This is phenomenal. These guys are going to work so well. So we'll probably wind up painting these guys with the masks as Cobra Commandos. But the thing that's beautiful about this, I've been threatening for a long time to show you guys how the game Rogue Planet, not Rogue Stars, that's from Osprey. Rogue Planet is an independently published war game that's perfect for the He-Man stylings. And I say it's perfect because it's kind of that fantasy sci-fi. I already got vehicles for this faction. That is wonderful. I have room in my science fiction kit for both of those too. So let's go ahead and take a look. Checklist. Cobra Hiss called it. Cobra Asp Gun Pod, and then we've got 10 Cobra Vipers. So that's what these guys are. So my sci-fi 15 mil is going to get some reinforcements. We've got a new faction. I'd be interested to see any scale. Oh, quicksand. He's calling this quicksand. All right, there you go. Dangerous terrain. That's going to come in handy. And then we've got a He-Man, a Battle Cat, a Beastman, and a Merman. Wait. So I see this is the Merman, of course. I guess the guy with the whip is a Beastman, which is fine. And then we've got the helicopter with instructions. Instructions? Come on. Come on. And then see, this is how the helicopter works. This is kind of clever. That's your base. So it's crystal clear, and then does it have the rotors on it? And we'll try to leave those rotors so they are spinning. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Mike DiBaggio of Attention Span Labs. I am going to get some good use out of these and have a great time painting them. They should paint up quick. We've got heavies. We've got mooks. I'm a little nervous because it looks like they're 3D printed, and he has offered to 3D print me some stuff before. This is wonderful. This is so great. The next thing we want to do is, he sent a letter too. Let me see how appropriate this is. We might need to, knowing that, he's a cheeky, Mike's a cheeky guy. Dear Mr. Wargaming, as a well-known ally of intersectional street revolutionaries and being firmly on the right side of Zerstery, I'm sending much-needed firepower and reinforcements for your anti-bag forces. Oh, right, because I can use Cobra with the modern-day stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's great. So the anti-bags. Sloppy edit, when I was putting the stuff together, when I was repacking all of at the end of the video, there's another pallet in here of some yellowish bricks. Although, I need to throw these pallets of bricks into, that's a good point. I need to throw these into the mostly peaceful protest modern day terrain box. One, they make for great blocking terrain, and two, maybe what I'll do is we'll make a game of it. I'll start the battle off, and then like halfway through, I won't even mention it. They'll just appear on the streets for no reason. Just like in real life. Back to the video. From our mostly peaceful protesting table, we'll now have some military hardware backing them up. Aside from the feds, it occurred to me that there is a black, dark blue clad, mask-wearing paramilitary force that would be eager to help them achieve their noble political and humanitarian goals. I don't think so. You remember, Cobra's the bad guy, so Cobra is going to be working for those horrible, horrible people that are, like the unauthorized tourists that walked around the Capitol building. I also have included an unassembled flying vehicle, thanks for mayor support for speed up your encounters. Coming to them are muscle-bound fantasy characters. Science fiction is fantasy. From the same era as above, mask-wearing militants, I'm sure they'll master your universe. Shh, IP. And a piece of terrain for your pirate games and desert encounters. Finish off the package. I have included a checklist in the back. Please give my best to your family of miniature wargamings. Regards, Mike DiBaggio, Attention Span Labs. Apart from the helo and the train, all the minis. Man, I'm glad he told me that. Hey, one last thing I gotta warn you. You might have noticed that we're a little off schedule now. Life is throwing some curveballs at me. The cushy job that I had before is becoming a little less cushy. We'll give you something interesting to look at. If you want to get one of these for yourself, go find it at Gale Force 9. There you go. I don't know that I'm going to have the time to produce the phenomenal amounts of content that I have been lately. We may start doing more of these quick, kind of in and out 10-minute videos looking at aspects of the hobby, doing a little bit more theory posting. I like to think that we've done enough practice posting, that you've seen enough live plays and actual games to understand that as I said when we started the video, wargaming is a hobby that you do. It's not a hobby that you purchase. If you're a buyer, I'm not telling you you're doing something wrong. I'm just telling you that your hobby involves an entirely different activity than my hobby. Because when your hobby stops, I bought the thing. This is the least part of my hobby. That's where my hobby begins. Because now that I've bought the thing, it's time to do the thing. And I, for one, would generally much rather see the doing the thing than buying the thing. We may wind up doing more talking about the thing in the future just because of the vagaries of real life. Hope you'll stick with me even if we kind of move away from Chainmail Mondays and Fistful of Fridays. Bear in mind, if we're doing the 3 videos a week with a couple of short bonus content, if I've got Monday and Friday booked up for those 2 games, that gives me 1 video a week to cover the rest of the hobby. That's probably a little bit much. We'll try to stick to the Fridays and Mondays as much as possible, but if you see shorter videos coming out on random topics, it's not because I've given up on those issues. By no means. By my calculations, I think we've got at least 4 and possibly as many as 8 more battles in the Broman Empire's crusade to recover the belt of Vince McMaximus. Fistful of Fridays, I haven't even begun to tap that. We still have to look at Galactic Heroes, which they are, by the way. Wiley Games is coming out with a hardback book, if they haven't already. I know they were trying to do it for their convention at the end of March. They were hoping to get it out. Hopefully they already have it out. Go check it out. All the announcements on Wiley Games. Or better yet, go look at BSing with the Baron. That channel is run by the masterminds behind Wiley Games. And of course, as always, go follow Short Attention Span Labs. And you'll see this as soon as possible. We're going to add that to the queue. They look like a lot of fun. Thanks, Mike. And don't worry, we're not going anywhere. If we step back and do things a little different, we'll still be here, and we'll still be praying for you.